Are luxury apartments really seeing a boom? And if yes, when did all this happen? It turns out that in 2020, while everyone was sitting at home wondering whether a simple virus could possibly wipe out all of humanity, builders were busy finishing up more apartments than they have in any year since the 1980s. Over 300,000 apartments were completed across the US in 2020, in which reports like the one from property management software firm RealPage predicted were created to specifically target affluent renters and buyers. In 2022, the number of new apartments went up to 400,000, proving once and for all that luxury apartments had gone beyond being a trend and could officially be called a boom. So what's caused this sudden rise in luxury living? Is it just building constructors showing us how talented they are? Or could the pandemic have had something to do with it? According to a report by the real estate brokerage company Compass, the pandemic seemed to have a major impact on this trend. It found that more people indeed bought luxury apartments in 2022 compared to the years before the pandemic. Apartments worth $10 million and more saw a 100% increase from 2019 to be precise. Apparently, a global health crisis is the perfect time to splash on some marble countertops. Ongoing constructions in Miami, the home of South Beach, North Beach, and well, every other kind of beach imaginable, seem to be reflecting this statistic. In 2021, Miami-Dade County saw single-family home sales in the $1 million and up luxury market more than quadruple, while luxury condo sales increased sevenfold. And when we say luxury condos, we mean it. Think gold-plated everything and a toilet that probably costs more than your entire apartment. Take a look at the upcoming Aria Reserve on the shores of Biscayne Bay, for instance. Builders there are currently creating two 62-story towers, in which every apartment will have access to 2 private elevators, 10-foot-high ceilings, and an outdoor terrace with a sunset view. These residences are set to go on sale for anywhere between $850,000 to $2.5 million. Aria Reserve also boasts 15 tri-level penthouses, costing anywhere between $3 million and $12 million a pop. Each of these luxury pads comes with a 3-car garage vault, a private rooftop deck, and a pool from where you can turn your nose up at the regular crowds of beachgoers. Also coming to Miami is an apartment building called 5 Park Miami Beach, slated to be the tallest residential condo in the city. Bentley Residences, a 60-plus story tower on Sunny Isles Beach, and La Bahia, a residential complex with its own private marina in the Bay Harbor Islands. Not every luxury building can have access to a private water body, however, so builders seem to have found a way around that as well. Some luxury apartment builders, such as the creators of the upcoming One Park Tower in North Miami, have begun constructing their own lagoons. This private pond, if you can call it that, is as large as 21 Olympic-sized pools and has its own private island, accessible through a number of stand-up paddleboards and kayaks. While Miami seems to be at the forefront of this luxury boom, it isn't just the Magic City that's embracing the good life. The Compass report found that places in North Florida, Boulder, and Brooklyn also saw a 300% increase in the ultra-luxury apartment market. Telluride and Palm Springs, meanwhile, witnessed a 600% increase. Clearly, during the pandemic, more home buyers and renters seemed to want apartments that offered it all: gyms, office spaces, and easy access to nature. Further freed by the new ability to work remotely, more affluent Americans have ended up creating ultra-luxury markets in places that didn't have one up until a few years ago. With all this focus on affluent clientele, what happens to those who can't afford thousands of dollars a month on rent, or to drop millions on a new home? Is anyone building affordable housing? Affordable rent seems to have fallen out of favor in the past few years. And according to most builders, city regulations have had something to do with this, as restrictive zoning codes in most urban areas are creating a shortage of land. How does this contribute to luxury apartments? It all boils down to various costs, really. With land prices rising because of regulations, and labor, materials, and construction simultaneously becoming more expensive, it makes little financial sense for a builder to spend time creating affordable apartments. Instead, with just a little more investment on their end, they can make apartments with more modern fittings and luxurious finishings, which will fetch higher returns in the long run. But it isn't all bad news for those with lower disposable incomes. More optimistic analysts believe this sudden rise in luxury apartments might actually benefit them. As more affluent Americans upgrade to luxury apartments, they may end up freeing affordable apartments for those with more modest budgets. Meanwhile, the Joe Biden government said that in 2022 that it was working on a plan to shore up the housing supply within 5 years, which would create more incentives for builders to develop affordable housing. But of course, this might take some time to materialize. Until then, it seems likely we'll see many more luxury apartments pop up across the biggest US cities. So, what are the average rents of these luxury apartments like? Can you afford one as it stands? According to data from 2018 by Yardi Matrix, a commercial real estate data and research company, the rents of high-end apartments in the biggest US cities ranges from $976 to $4,416, depending on the city in question. It's no surprise that Manhattan, the home to tall buildings, and San Francisco, the home of the tech boom, fall on the higher end of this spectrum. Meanwhile, cities like El Paso and Oklahoma City fall on the lower side. What is actually surprising, however, is the rise of luxury apartments in smaller cities like Detroit. The home of the Motown sound saw a 21.7% increase in rent for high-end apartments in 2018 alone, coming in with an average rent of $1,652. That's a big chunk of change. But what makes a luxury apartment truly luxurious? Is it just a market tactic to sell shiny new homes? Or are builders really upping their game? Some apartments come with all the bells and whistles and don't really need an explanation on why they're considered luxurious. They're located in premium areas, offer some of the most scenic views, and have all the amenities, from gyms to pools to private parking lots and central air conditioning, to make sure that you never have to or want to leave home. But that doesn't mean that all the so-called luxury apartments are very comfortable to live in, especially the ones that don't cost millions of dollars to live in. A TikToker, Donnie Skipper1, recently incurred the wrath of their landlord for revealing several surprising features in their luxury apartment in a video. These included high-end security features, like a front door that didn't unlock, a free gym in the form of 2 broken elevators, a natural water body in the form of a puddle in the hallway, and even wildlife sightings, like a live bat. If these features don't seem appealing to you for thousands of dollars a month, that's fair. Maybe there's a time to hope that more is done to create affordable housing at the same time. But if you're a millennial with a very high disposable income, or an empty nester looking for a place that offers a chance to live in a happy community, chances are you'll find something that's actually worth the price. While we can't say with certainty at this point that there is indeed been a boom in luxury apartments, there have also been some fears that a housing recession could come in and ruin the party. According to analysis by Redfin, talk of a potential recession has led to caution among the ultra-wealthy in buying new homes, accompanied by a rush to sell the ones they own. In May 2022, the firm found that the sale of luxury homes were down almost 18% across the country. So we'll leave you with a question to think about for the future. Is the luxury home boom just a bubble that'll burst as soon as we return to our normal lives in our tiny affordable homes without private lagoons? Or can more affluent Americans keep the market booming for years to come? The answer remains to be seen. Do you currently live in a luxury apartment, want to live in one, or have any ideas for potential luxuries that apartments should have more of? Let us know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching.